When the Tour de France came through the patch some years ago, the images which resulted were more about the scenery than they were about cycling. Even when the race is on home turf, La Tour produces images of cycling in a landscape as much as it does of cyclists. With that in mind, I thought I'd put together a list of places I would like to go if I had my pick of locations for this year's Tour de Yorkshire. The race is in the Bradford district on 2 days this year, and as far as Friday goes, there's only one place to be, at the Cow and Cap in Ilkley for Stage 2's big finish. This is a natural theatre with space for hundreds of people to see the finish of this event in a really stunning location. Stage 4, on Sunday, May 6th, is more open to interpretation, so I've picked 11 places that should provide us especially memorable shots. If only I had a freshly painted TARDIS to get to them all. Check the interactive map below to plan your trip, or scroll further to read Mike's descriptions of each location. Bow Road into Bridge House Lane, Hayworth. This tight turn come at the bottom of a drop and would make a very fast right then left turn across, the only crossing of the Keighley-Worth Valley Railway. Tip: this would make a fast blurry image as they turn in, or try a long lens from the other side of the road as they turn hard across the bridge. Shame getting the trains in the same shot is virtually impossible. 2. Hayworth Climb. Really, this is a race about the dales and the views of the county the race passes through. My first wish list viewpoint is the main street in Hayworth. This cobbled section of hill is on the wish list of almost every cyclist, as much as a good shot is on the list for every sport snapper. The race will enter from the bottom, and as the road narrows towards the top, they will be funneled into a mass before they pass the pub and the church at the top. Tip: don't be too tempted to try to get the very front of the race. This is about locations, and even shots from the bottom of the street can prove spectacular. Goose Eye Climb, Games Scar Lane. Trust me, this climb is brutal. It's not long, but the pace will get broken up as the corners come halfway up. It would make a good wide view as the riders snake up the road using every inch. The viewpoint being elevated from above the corner gives you a great view of the developing race. 4. Skipton High Street. Once the race reaches here, it'll be in top gear, and on this straight, although it's not a sprint, they won't hang about. The church beyond and the war memorial at the roundabout on the end would frame the bikes as they turn toward Emsley. Either from the church or the roundabout, it's fantastic framing. 5. Barden Road Zigzag. This is almost a nothing turn for these cyclists halfway through a climb section toward the top of Barden Road, but this zigzag section would make a stunning shot from the hills above, as the change in direction would bring all the colors of the race into a tight group. Tip: worth a long lens from above or below, just get the zig and the zag in the middle. 6. Barden Road Summit. This is the finish of the climb. Not that they'll notice, but for those viewing, this is a fantastic chance to get the whole landscape of the area spread out behind the race. There is high ground above the finish, and this vantage point would make the race just part of a larger landscape shot. Just don't bother with your tripod, it could be really busy. 7. Burnsall Village. The best shot for me is somehow missed by not crossing the bridge in the heart of the village, but no matter, as the view from above the settlement from Scuff Road might have the madness of the Tour caravan helicopters and all framed above this sleepy Yorkshire village. Park Rash Climb. This ascent up Camgill Road is above Kettlewell and hugs the edge of the beck before pitching upwards into a steep and popular climb out into the dales. This ascent should be popular, and the view from the surrounding hills or from the roadside itself should be fantastic. The tight switchbacks halfway up the road with the dales framed behind would make a wide shot, or try something featuring the pane of the hill from the roadside. River Skull Crossing. I can't find the name of this road, but this is a stunning remote location for a river crossing. This drop into a switchback isn't much in cycling terms, and it won't decide the race, but as a location this might be the one I'd most like to go to. Expect a walk-in due to the closure, and take a flask. This shot from the hill across from the road should capture the race as a ribbon of color through the green hill of Yorkshire. Greenhow Hill. If the last location was all about remote, then this one has a fantastic benefit. The climb out of Padley Bridge is another hilltop summit surrounded by the green patchwork of Yorkshire hills. The difference here is the Toff Barn Cafe, whose cake slices are almost as big as the hill itself. 11. East Cheven Road. This climb marks the exit from Otley as the race heads towards Leeds. This climb was very popular last time with spectators as it's easy to reach. Just don't expect the cyclists to slow down. Shoot low and wide back down the road.